Hello all, welcome back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel, well...
So Sammy G, tell me, what have you got going up on the channel?
So, John and Nige, today on the channel I'm going to be doing my final part of my Arrow Collection series, and mainly today it's going to be like the video nasties I've got in like my Arrow collection. There are a few video nasty titles that I've got that I'm going to show first, guys, because there's not too many, and I wanted to do this all like in one video, because then it means I can start working my way through my Criterion collection, which I think is what I'm going to do next, which, man alive, that is going to take up a few videos, because I've got, I think Criterion's the boutique label, which I've collected the most, so I think that's going to take up a few videos, but I'll show my non-video nasty titles. And then before I get onto the video nasties I've got on the Arrow label, I will give a couple of in-plugs to a couple of other like YouTubers and that as well. So the first one, Phantasm, yeah, and I think, do you know what, this might have been a video nasty, to be fair. I think it could have well been, but yeah, this is, wow, I'm eating my own words up there. What a great start. But yeah, this is great. I love Phantasm. Got this recommended to me by my teacher a few years back, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. Need to get onto the rest of that film series. I know Mike at Cinema Axeman is a big fan of that one, and this one I watched for the first time recently. I know Roy over at Blu-ray Movies really likes this film, and a couple other people as well. Actually, my friend Cy Robson really liked this one as well, Audition. Yep, I thought this was excellent. I think I can remember Pete's Playtendo guy speaking quite highly of this one. And holy shit, guys, there's one scene in there that is absolutely brutal to the core. Like, very similar vein to like Misery. And if you know that scene, and yeah, like you see this girl and she really changes her ways as the film goes on, and it becomes very dark and sinister as the film progresses. And there's some terrific acting in there, great character work, and it's a brilliant story, something original at the time. So yeah, that's Audition. And then I've got Naked Lunch on 4K. The box has seen better days, guys, as you can probably tell. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna like bother upgrading this for the sake of a different box, even though it's seen better days, just because I've moved around a bit. Yeah, like since owning this, and yeah, it's not in the best shape, that box. But oh well, guys, I digress, I guess. And this used to be my favourite David Cronenberg film, but over time, there's other movies, like I think Scanners and The Fly, that's probably picked it to the post. So, so there's that poster there. And then we have the booklet. And this is, yeah, Peter Weller. As I say, guys, I don't want to spend ages talking about this, but thought I'd just show you a couple of, like, images and that. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it's based off the novel from William S. Burroughs, who, yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out that original novel of his at some point. So, yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'll just show, like, what else this came with. This came with, like, some So it really went all out, did Arrow, with this film. And then you've got a couple of like, yeah, cards and that, which I think's really nice. Yep, I think I pre-ordered this at the time, and yeah, it came on like release day. So yeah, Naked Lunch, it's a very weird and experimental left field sort of film. It's one that I've got to be in the right mood for, I must admit. But I did enjoy it for what it was. But yeah, it's I've actually, I've watched this a couple of times, and I really liked it, but it's not got, you know, that oomph, that bite of the apple where I've got to go back and heavily revisit it. But yeah, I do really like that film. It's a fantastic, you know, sort of experimental left field film. So that's Naked Lunch. And then the last non-related video nasty item is the Psycho 4K set, which is probably, other than the 2001 Vault Edition, this is probably my second favourite piece of Blu-ray 4K physical media right here. And I'll quickly fire through these as well. So we've got Psycho, the original from Alfred Hitchcock, which is bloody brilliant. I think everyone's watching has seen this film, and it is great. If Norman was on the panel, it'd be Norman Debates. See what I did there? I think this one comes with the post as well. Yeah, it was, I got it for, yeah, it was like, what was it? Was it £55 for this set, which I thought was a bargain, considering it's a 4K set as well. And yeah, I absolutely love the original and the alternative artwork there. That is absolutely tremendous. And yeah, I would love to see this one at the big screen at some point. A bit of a shout out to my very good friend Ryan over Let's Get Kicking Pod, because I think that's one of Ryan's favourite horror films, Jordan Movie Worm as well. And then we have Psycho 2, which I've got to, I think I've said this before, I do prefer this over the original, which I think this has made its way as a bit of a cult status, and I absolutely adore this film, guys. This was probably one of the biggest surprises for me of how much I enjoyed it. You know, I absolutely love Psycho 2. God, that lass is beautiful. I love her. This lady, however, I found she was quite irritating. Yeah, not that I wanted anything bad to happen to her, guys, but you know what I mean. She was just, yeah, I couldn't get on board with her character. But yeah, I think the one criticism I've got about this film, though, is I would have liked it if we saw more of Norman Bates' you know, like work life in this film. I think that would have been a bit I would have liked it if they maybe touched on that a bit more. But yeah, other than that, though, I did really like this. I do absolutely love this film. I included it in my what would make a great cinema double bill. I talked about that in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. And we have Psycho 3, which is a great sequel. It's got nothing on the first two movies, but I still really, really do like it. So it was £55 for what is it? This like box set, the Psycho 4 film box set. I've not seen the remake, nor do I want to be honest, guys. I've heard it's absolutely pants. I'm probably going to avoid that remake like the plague, to be honest. But yeah, this is a really good follow-up. It's just it's just well written, and you know, I think there's some interesting like new characters that come into this like Psycho universe, film universe as well, film series. Yeah, it's really good, solid third entry that. So that's Psycho 3. Do you know what, guys? I have just realised I haven't even shown any of the... Well, I haven't shown much of the reversible artwork for these titles. I do apologise about that, guys. But yeah, that's Psycho 4, the prequel, which... bit mad that this one didn't come with the art cards, but the other 3 did. But, oh well, you can't have it always. And Psycho 4... I'm a bit of a defender of, guys. I really enjoyed this film. I think the actress who plays the mother in it, she does a fantastic job in this, in the prequel. And the guy who played Norman Bates, a young Norman Bates in it, was really good in it. And that radio DJ, he looked very much similar to Anthony... Hopkins as well. I thought I really liked it. Was a pretty intense final act of the film as well. Obviously I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's I think it's a really good prequel. I'm a bit of a defender of Psycho 4. I know not everyone likes that film, I totally get it, but yeah, just show a few images. Yeah, a couple of images of the original in there. And there's a couple of images of the second film. So yeah, got some nice images in that, like that booklet as well. And yeah, the Psycho film series is fantastic, guys. Yeah, I pretty much love all of these films, to be honest. So, and now on to the video nasty titles, and like I say, guys, so John at Mondo Chelovek Movies and Nige Rock God 2004, they've been working their way through all the like video nasties. I think they're up to like, I think section 3 now. I think, or is it? Did they get to the end of section 2, or have they just started section 3? I can't quite remember, but I will say, guys, their video nasty live streams are always a joy. Their wealth of knowledge, and their, you know, like speaking highly of all, like a lot of the video nasties and the titles, and like their memories of some of those films coming out, being banned. You know, it's a really fascinating to watch. So yeah, I'd highly recommend John and Nige's like live streams on John's channel. If they did I think John did a playlist, and I will leave a link in the description down below. Can't wait to see their next installment into that. And I actually will leave a link to Nige's video nasty collection, where I think he went through section 1 and 2. I'll leave a link to that. And Trev at Double Bill Movies and Craig at Bumpers Movies, the 39 series, which I think it's excellent. They're working their way through all the main 39 banned video nasties, so that's been great. I will leave a link to that. And Bryn over at Horror Hands has made a couple great video nasty related videos as well. So I thought I'd just give a bit of an in-plug to all those guys there, and they're way more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to the video nasties, guys. They're very clued up on all of this stuff. They've got such a great wealth of knowledge when it comes to all these video nasties and horror and whatnot, and I'm a bit of a newcomer when it comes to the video nasties. So yeah, I think it's down to the likes of John and Nige that I've really been inspired and influenced to start, you know, like getting myself clued up onto some of these video nasties. So the first one I've got is a Section 2 video nasty, which I haven't seen, which is Madhouse. I'm not going to show the reversible artwork for this because apparently that is a spoiler to the film. But yeah, I could be wrong on that one, guys. But yeah, I've heard this is a pretty good, solid Section 2 video nasty. That is Madhouse. And this is a Section 2 video nasty as well called Eaten Alive, which is by Toby Hooper, who's had a couple of other video nasties as well. That's made it to the video nasty section. And yeah, I do want to check this one out at some point. And I think Jordan did a review of this as well over at Movie Squirm. So if I can find the link to that review, I will. But yeah, one I will have to check out at some point, and I'll show the reversible artwork to that as well. So yeah, I am intrigued by this one. Yeah, so happy to pick that one up, and it's one of those video nasties I'm yet to like delve into. And then John's favourite horror film of all time, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was a first time watch for me back in October, and this is going to be shown for the Halloween all-nighter at Tyneside Cinema. I'm not sure if I will be going to see this one because there's a few other films part of that programme that I'm kind of, you know, wanting to see that extra bit more at the cinema. But I did think this was a very solid like video nasty, and yeah, like couple of really gruesome scenes in this one. I think the one with the spike is it, and that sort of stuff, and that's zombie flesh eaters, and also known as Zombie. And this was my first Lucio Fulci film, and I thought this was fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. The scene with the shark, yeah, that really caught me off guard. And I really enjoyed like the cast of this one. Was it one of them was that doctor? Was it Ian McCulloch? Yeah, I loved his character in there. And yeah, both the great settings of like New York, and the opening scene of the was it the police boat in there, and there was a couple of like what was it, dead bodies on this like boat, and yeah, there was that island as well that in the second half of the film. I think the music is superb, guys. I love sort of the, you know, the real downbeat sort of synth music into this. So, and the scene across Brooklyn Bridge as well, that is brilliant. So yeah, that is the original video nasty arts, which yeah, I really like. I know John got that on like the VHS videotape. I think he got that, was it from Mikey at Boogie Cat Productions, and yeah, it looked absolutely great when he got that VHS tape from Mikey, and the artwork looks really impressive on VHS. So that's Zombie Flesh Eaters, and oh my god, oh wow, was that Zombie Flesh Eaters? I think that was a Section 1 video nasty. I think, was this a Section 1 as well? And oh my god, Island of Death. Whoa, what a film. Yeah, this is something, guys. I can't quite describe it. This couple that basically have sex with other people, and you know, they have sex with other people, and then they would end up like killing them. And I think they go to like on this Greek island, and yeah, they go on this like rampage. There's one other character that's yeah, quite eccentric in it, and oh my god, that ending is pretty weird as well. It's a very weird ending, and the soundtrack is absolutely crap though, guys. The soundtrack I did not enjoy. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that really liked the soundtrack, and that's absolutely fair enough, but in my personal humblest of opinions, guys, I really didn't like the soundtrack to that. I thought it was awful. I don't think it's a good movie, but I did quite enjoy it. It's a weird to say that I enjoyed this film, but I sort of did. It's just so bizarre. I remember watching this for the first time last year and I was like, what is this? Oh man, it's an experience, shall we say. This is really cool. Section 1 Video Nasty, and I know my very good friend Scott, the movie critic, is a big fan of this film. Of course, Nige is. John absolutely loves this. And I know Keith at Euphoria Pictures did a great review of this recently with that 4K edition. And that is The Burning. And yep, I really enjoyed this one. Very similar vein to like Friday the 13th or Sleepaway Camp, which I haven't seen. But yeah, I would love to get that 4K edition at some point, and it's just, I've only seen it the once, but it's a really good like it's a really good like slasher film, this one, and yeah, I think it just had an awesome like you know, like setting, summery setting. It's a great like you know, it's one that I would watch like around this summer season, and I can remember this soundtrack being excellent to this, because it's Rick Wakeman that did the soundtrack, and I know Nige did a part 1 of his Video Nasty soundtrack like collection series, and I think he showed a couple of nice pressings of this, The Burning. So yeah, that's really good, that one. And yeah, a film which I thought was fantastic. I think this was Section 2 Video Nasty. It was Toby Hooper that directed this one. I think they picked up on it was meant to be one of his other films that was supposed to be banned, but they picked up on this one instead, and that is The Funhouse, which I absolutely loved this film, guys. Yeah, really enjoyed this one. I think this could have warranted as a sequel. However, I think as a standalone film, it still really works on its own merit. I really enjoyed this one, you know, like a group of friends, and they go to this fun house when it's closing hours, and then they find that there's this killer like in a Frankenstein mask, and you know, like all hell breaks loose from there. Couple of the characters make some baffling decisions in there as well. A couple of the girls in it that do, I think, constantly scream or baffling decisions, and yeah, it's still a really entertaining watch. First time watch for me back in October, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is The Funhouse. And then this is a, yeah, Section 1 Video Nasty, and that is The Driller Killer, which is really good. Had some brutal kills in there. There was one kill by the post office that was a mean badass kill in there, and I think there was one, yeah, like was it by on the street, and by this like bins as well, and yeah, wow, there's a couple brutal kills in there. I have to say, as probably as a canny bunch, the band probably are in this film in real life and what have you. I must admit, guys, I thought their music was bloody awful. I really didn't like their music in it. I mean, fair play to anyone that enjoyed the band's music in this, but just not for me at all, unfortunately. And yeah, this is a really good like little slasher film though. Decent. I enjoyed it. Abel Ferrara. I think it was no, I think it was my second Abel Ferrara film that I've watched. And I can see why this one got banned. You know, it's absolutely extreme to the core with some of the kills. There's one, there was quite an interesting side story to this with like this artist, I think, and then I think he's getting all, I think there's been a bit of a kerfuffle with this artist or something, and I think there's like a bit of a love relationship in there as well, which I can remember of. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've last watched this one, but I would definitely like rewatch this one again. So that's like the Driller Killer, and then Dario Argento film. I think this was a Section 2 Video Nasty, and that is Tenebrae. Fantastic little film, guys. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. An Italian horror film. Yeah, like about an author. And yeah, like it's a really good, like intense, like little horror film. This one, like a giallo horror film, and I can remember the soundtrack, the score being absolutely excellent to this one. Excuse me, intense at times, like you would expect in one of Dario Argento's movies. Fantastic little horror film, this one. I think John has really sold me on like getting the 4K of this at some point, because apparently the 4K transfer is meant to be superb. So yeah, that's Tenebrae, which I thought was excellent. I know Pete over at Playtendo Guy is a big fan of that one as well. And then I've got to give props to Nige, because Nige was the one that informed me about this special exclusive Arrow edition of this film. I pounced on it for a decent price by like this version standards. You know, it was the price I was willing to pay for it, because you get like a bonus disc in there, which is the Video Nasty edition, like the Nasty edition, which is only exclusive to this version, and that's Don't Go in the House, which is a Section 2 Video Nasty. And this is fantastic, guys. This is really good. The soundtrack is awesome. I love the chilling setting. It's got a real wintry setting about this one. And the main guy in it, you can tell that he's a little bit loopy, a bit on the psychotic side of things. And yeah, this film probably took a bit of influence from Psycho with the big house and everything else. And the scene with like the flamethrower as well is, oh, it's menacing stuff, guys. And like that ending is haunting. It's such a haunting like ending as well. And like the flashback sequences really make this film a pretty riveting as well. It's got that realism about it that feels very gritty as well. There's one like scene that stood out. It was like a disco scene, and yeah, that you can, like, everyone can see what this main character is all about as well. So it's very good. I thought this was fantastic. Like, I watched this one back in I think it was January, and I thought it was excellent. So that's the theatrical cut. The extended cut, which I think that might have been the version I watched. And then the video, yeah, the nasty bonus disc, which like I think is where you walk into the cinema and you can see all the Video Nasty poster arts and that like you walk into the cinema, and yeah, that's the version I need to like check out. And this is the Video Nasty artwork, which I need to reverse to that at some point. But yeah, this is a fantastic like little film. This is definitely one of my favourite Video Nasties. Again, I know Jordan Movie Worm really enjoyed this one as well. So yeah, that's Don't Go in the House. And yeah, the soundtrack is excellent and it's got a brilliant story to it. Yeah, like this main character, I think that's always missing out at work and stuff. And then, you know, he goes on this, he's kind of got this thing to like pick up ladies in this film, and then he slowly wants to, you know, like kill these innocent ladies in the film. And yeah, it's a mean-spirited like horror, this one, with that's got a bit of a psycho-esque feel to it. Oh my god, guys, I think this film wins the award for the most usage of the name Barb. Barb, is that you, Barb? And that is Lucio Fulci's House by the Cemetery. And not only that, I'm pretty sure it's the film that has the most usage of the name Anne in it as well. It's pretty much won the award for that, I think. But nonetheless, guys, I thought this was a really great, you know, like horror film set in New York. The young kid in it, he was pretty good in it. It was not his fault because of the dubbing and what have you. But yeah, I must admit the main girl in it, the main like lady in it, the mother, her character did get a little bit on the nose sometimes, a little bit irritating. But other than that, it's a really good story. And, you know, like I think it starts off being in New York, and then I think, is it LA they moved to in this? I can't remember now. But yeah, like it's got some very, you know, like dark like sequences. There's one scene like involving a bat that was brutal. I did not see that coming from a mile off. And building up to that ending, it's very tense and dark. And you know, like it's got a bit of a like the film in the film, it's got a very like heritage side to it. You know, that Tampa's on this comes knocking on the door for like this family, and you know, like building up to the suspense and the like the supernatural side to the film. And you know, like that the mean-spirited presence that you know, real Tampa's on the family's like life and new life in this film. And they look into like the history and what this house is about. And yeah, it's really good. Strange ending as well. I did like the sort of synth score to this as well. And yeah, it's not as good as Zombie Flesh Eaters, but I enjoyed it. It's got a bit of an autumnal like setting to this one as well. Very moody and immersive. And just the 4K disc to that one. I probably would get the standard Blu-ray just so I can have the best of both worlds there. And yeah, that was pretty dark at the start. Like I think it goes into like the past tense at the start, and then it makes way to present day as well. And yeah, the whole thing with the cellar as well. It's pretty nerve-wracking to what happens. And the main like father in it, he's always away at work on business and stuff. I think he looks into like the past history and that is. And then Bob, the kid in it, starts having like illusions and nightmares and stuff. And it's got a few like twists and turns into like the like this in this story. The booklet, which I'll just show a few images. I'll see what I can show in this. Apologies about that lighting there, guys. So that's the booklet, and then we have the poster as well. Double-sided, same as on the case there. That's like the quad poster, which I thought was very nice. Bit of a nice touch to the double-sided poster. And the 4K transfer, I must admit, oh yes, also, yeah, just the first bit of the reversible artwork there, which I think I forgot to show for the, was it the Duck House? No, I think I did show that one, to be fair, just before I forget, because I forgot to show like the reversible artwork for a couple of these items that I've shown today. So there's that one, House by the Cemetery, which is fantastic, really good, like eerie, sort of like autumnal film to that one. And then the last one, guys, to show in this is this one I had to jump on with like the original like slipcover to this one, and yeah, this film isn't particularly good, and it's got a bit of an Alien-esque feel to it, you know, like it's got a bit of an interesting backstory. I think this has got Ian McCulloch in it as well, I believe, and yeah, it's a bit of a bizarre concept. I think does it take place in Greece, this one, or somewhere, as well as like New York at the start, so pretty similar sort of like narrative to what is it, Zombie Flesh Eaters. But I did really like the look of like the alien in this film as well, and yeah, some interesting characters. I wasn't too keen on the lady in it, a part of that FBI organization. I wasn't too bothered about her, but I did like the guy in it, the character, you know, like who had told a bit of an interesting backstory about his time in Mars. That was interesting, and that's Contamination. Again, I know John and Trev Double Bill Movies. I think they've shown this on their channels, and it's this edition as well, which kind of, when I saw this edition on like their channels, it kind of inspired me to like pick this one up as well. And yeah, I think it's not a particularly good film, but I really enjoyed it, and a very, again, bombastic like soundtrack to this one. I loved like, the closing credits with the song in it as well, and yeah, it's the original Video Nasty artwork. And yeah, so Ian McCulloch is in this one as well. Same director of Star Crash and the version of Hercules in this one as well. And yeah, like there's one scene I'm pretty sure that's set in. There's one scene that's on like this boat as well, and they've got all these alien eggs that crop up as well. I thought that was pretty, you know, like surreal sort of stuff. Well, of course it's like surreal, but it's you know, like a bizarre like concept. But I was thoroughly entertained by this one. And I think they're trying to find anyone that's been infected or what. Yeah, I remember that sort of happening, and yeah, that, oh god, yeah. Oh, wow, that's brutal, man. Hot damn. The Blu-ray and the DVD, and yeah, just the same as on the slipcover there. Really enjoyed that one, surprisingly. And just to say as well, guys, this is not the only video nasties I've got in my collection, by the way. I've got a few from 88 Films and a couple from Severin as well, which I will show in a future video. But yeah, very happy to get that one. If they do this one on 4K, guys, yeah, count me in. I would definitely get like the jump to 4K if they ever did a 4K version of this. So that's Contamination, Section 2 Video Nasty, As House by the Cemetery is, and Don't Go in the House as well. So Contamination. And there we go, guys. That concludes my Arrow collection as to date. If I do pick up any more like Arrow, like 4Ks or Blu-rays, then I will showcase them at a later date. I think there was actually, do you know what there was? I think there was a couple more, but I'll show them on like a future like video. Criterion's next. I think that's going to be my next boutique collection that I'm going to showcase next on the channel. And yeah, guys, do let me know your thoughts on any of those video nasties that I've showcased here today on the channel. And of course, once again, I will put a link to John and Nigel's video nasties streams in the description, and Trev over at Double Bill Movies, Craig at Bumper Movies, because them two guys have been focusing on the band 39 video nasties, and Bryn over at Horror Hands has done a couple of great video nasty related videos as well. So yeah, it won't be the last time I'll talk about the video nasties, but I thought I would just showcase the ones I've got on Arrow as well. Like, I think I need to get the Slayer, I think was another one. I think it was a Section 2 video nasty, which I probably would pick up at some point as well. And I'll be back for more content soon. So thanks for watching. Cheers for stopping by. And until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye.